Y'all, I'm not going to be able to watch the chat because I'm working, but I'll glance over, I'll put down in my, whatever you call it, under my tags, that this is Chopin. And I put the channel name in there too, if you want to subscribe to them. Oh, child, it's a lot. It's almost Friday, trying to get to Friday, right? I had double meetings. I have another meeting before the end of the day. So, good posture. May. There's hummingbirds outside. They're so crazy. It's so crazy. We have these really big birds that have like an afro puff on their head. And then we have the little bitty hummingbirds that look like little fish to me, the way their bodies are shaped. Because you can't really see the wings because they're going so fast. Oh my God, it's crazy. Okay, so wait a second. I went past it. Mm. Try to do this, okay. That's what happened. This may be too slow. You want to be able to get some energetic music when you're at work. I normally used to listen to like K-Light. I used to love that. Hold on 1 second. Let me see what I can do. Light music for work. Let's see what Miss YouTube will give me. Work music shoot. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says.
Or a laptop. Which one do you think is worth more? Well, definitely not the house. Because it not only costs millions to buy, but you also have to pay thousands to maintain it every month.
I'm not sure if I have enough coffee, but hold on.
What if I told you that I've made over $80 million all from something called digital real estate?
Skip. This is focus music for work and studying, background music for concentration, study music. Let's see. Again, it's no good. Let's try. I saw bits of the Doja Cat video. I want to check that out. All right, let's see what we got. It's live. This is Phil Collins, Rod Stewart. This is soft rock. And unfortunately, I can't skip. This is better than Chopin, I think. Chopin made me feel sleepy today. Feels like the first touch. It's getting close, baby. Can't keep close now. Still holding on. You're still number one. I don't know. I don't understand this, but it's okay. Let me put on my glasses. Maybe that'll help. Okay. I remember all the moves. I remember you, yeah. I remember the nights, no, I still do. So if you're feeling lonely, girl, you're the only one. See, I can't skip. If this was Spotify, I would skip this. Oh my god. Let's go to Doja Cat. Please forgive me. Nope. Please forgive me. Doja Cat. Oof. Oof. Okay. I don't know what this is, but hold on. Let me see what I can do. Oh, okay. All right. I get that. I get it. It's borderline comedic. Okay, this is let's see. This is Doja. She went live. Let's see what she's talking about. She looks different, but I mean, it's still Doja.
For whoever is in here and like records lives and shit. Oh, you know what? Actually, it doesn't matter. I can just save this, hopefully. I just four times I just recorded like a whole video that like of me like trying to just like explain what's going on and like kind of clear up everything. I hate to do this live because I can't like I've tried everything and it's not working. So it really is driving me crazy. I guess I'll just fucking freestyle it right now. Basically,
sit up straight. Sit up straight.
Now, I think maybe I'm more annoyed than concerned, but okay, first off, I don't care, like, if they're strangers or, like, fans or, like, people who are, like, what's wrong with her, or, like, you're so weird, or, like, you know, stuff like that, like, you need help, you need therapy, stuff like that. It's, like, that's already insensitive, but it's, like, when it comes from someone that isn't in my personal life that I don't, like, hold value to, I like don't really care. Like it might annoy me, but I don't usually care. But when it's someone who's like personal to me, basically, okay, what happened was I got 2 DMs today from people who I never speak to, who I have no like deep personal relationship with, but like they were in my life, and they like hit me up out of nowhere at like around the same time, and they both are like, hey, how are you, like, do you need anything, how are you feeling? And I'm like, great, thanks, I appreciate it. And like I told them what was going on. I have like puppies, and working out and I'm hanging out. And one of them, even after the whole conversation, like letting them know how I am, they were like, "That's all cool, but are you feeling all right?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, thank you." And then the other person was like, I was like, "Yo, like, listen, this is starting to get a little weird. Like, if I'm like making you uncomfortable, um, or making you worried for me, like, I really do apologize. Like, this isn't something I'm doing on purpose. Like, I feel fine, and I appreciate you for looking out for me." And they were like, "Cool, all right, all good. Just checking in on you." I'm like, "Thanks." And I hadn't spoken to this person, mind you, in like a really long time. So the fact that the conversation didn't go further than that is
I think I did
a
hear
little
this
concerning
before.
to me. And it's just that on top of like everybody being like, "You're on drugs and you're crazy, and what has she done to herself? And you need help. You need, like, don't be afraid to, like, you need to seek help." That stuff is so, it's really heavy. It's a heavy thing.
Israel.
It's kind of funny because I always was the person to be like posting dumb shit on the internet. Like, I mean, for a fucking example, I made Moo. I have a song called like "Bitch I'm a Cow," and I'm like rapping about like literally being a cow, and like I got famous off of that. So it's just funny to me that people are in any way like shocked or taken aback by me being bald and having no eyebrows. Maybe to be fair, I've always kind of seemed like a thought. Like, I've always had my ass out and been like sexy, and like I rap about sex and stuff like that. So this, some people don't see this as very sexual, but to me it is. I feel like I feel sexy, um, for sure. But I understand that. I can see that angle of it, but I don't care. And I have had moments in my life where I have not been well. There was a moment where I was really stressed out, and this was like maybe 8 years ago or something like that, a long time ago. Yeah, even further back, I was like very not in a good place. I've like had that issue before, and you guys would know. Or actually, I was still performing and touring, but nobody could tell that I was going through this. And it's just funny. It's like the second that I get to feeling like
good,
I'm free and I feel cool, motherfuckers are like, "You're not good. You're not okay." But I'm like, I'm chill, and like I want you guys to not be, if you really have,
hold on, I gotta
love
make it
for
bigger.
me and you really are concerned about me, I do want you to know that like this isn't like a cry for help or an issue of any sort. This is just me having no hair, and I'm still the same me. I guess the bigger difference now in my life is that I'm not performing and working as much, so I have a little bit more freedom, and I think that kind of makes me.
She looks fine to me.
In a way. Like,
she doesn't look weird.
On the internet more so now, just because I have that time, and I get bored. I get bored now. I used to not really get bored. So yeah, I really do appreciate you guys being like concerned. I don't appreciate the randoms who are in here probably right now who are like, you're sick. Like, it's just not cool to like diagnose people that you don't know. But yeah, I've always been like this, and I'm probably always going to be like this.
This is the dumb conversation.
It's actually sad that I have to explain this stuff because a lot of people don't. But it's I guess it's where I put myself. You know, I kind of brought this on myself. I have a lot of people, a lot of eyes on me. I have a lot of followers. Okay. So, you know, not every single one of them is
I gotta go
cool.
to the hate
not
dictionary.
Every single one of my followers is kind.
I don't know if Squaw is racist now.
Is it? You know what I mean? Like some of y'all are following me, but you don't have my best interest at heart, and you really do have the ability to hurt me. Like you would go out of your way to say something that is hurtful or insensitive. And we all say dumb shit. But I want you to know that I know that, and I don't care. I don't care how you feel about me doing this, if you don't care about how I feel in general as a person. And yeah, so that's basically that. And I love you guys. Thank you so much to all the people who care and are supporting me. I really do. I love you.
See,
I don't
go
say
pick
it
up
enough,
your wampum Squaw.
And
that seems derogatory to me.
All right.
Is this a
Have a good one. I'm out. Bye.
Do not buy solar panels. If you live in one of these 11 states of America, it's the worst decision you could make for your home. Did you know that in certain states of America, the U.S. government will now buy the panels for you and make them available for no net cost in case you go solar in the next couple of weeks? It's not a joke. And in these states, 11 of them to be precise, Americans will be able to get a complete solar system from our government at absolutely no net cost. And that way go solar without...
I'm just putting in one of my old videos, okay, of mice and men. Okay. I'm trying.
Help me and strengthen my faith. Got ain't lazy to pull up. Hungry isn't too damn good to stop the sword that at all. Kicks us out just 12 strands down the road.
Okay.
I bet it was more than 4 miles.
Squaw wampum.
Then he looked timidly over to her. George? Yeah, we are. Where are we going, George? The little man jerked down the brim of his hat and scowled over at Lenny.
It's not in there. So let's keep going.
Jesus Christ, you're a crazy bastard. I forgot. Lenny said softly.
Pause. There's a lot of
This is Headspace.
I love Headspace. And Thrive Reset too.
of fresh air entering the body. As the body exhales, breathe out.
This is not nice.
Feeling the muscles in the body soften.
I love headspace.
Only a little bit each time. And with the next out breath, just gently closing the eyes. No matter how busy, tense the mind is right now, just for a moment, just let the mind do whatever it needs to do. Just give the mind permission to do whatever it needs to do. Just for a moment,
It's just a
focus
rehash of the
our
same.
attention on the body.
Okay.
First, just that feeling of contact makes the surface easy. Noticing how the body feels. Just heavy, alive, restless, still.
Oh, 25. Child, I don't see that at all.
Thinking, oh, that's fine. Just let the mind think. Bringing the attention to the body and just starting to notice the movement of the breath. If it helps, you can place your hand on the stomach, chest.
Mm-hmm.
Notice the feeling.
I don't sit up straight. I don't think. I need another chair, probably.
Quite comfortable.
Or, you know, one of them little cushions, Samsonite.
And as the mind competes for your attention,
That's it. Pouring the phone.
as soon as
See
you
it.
realize that the mind's wandered off, doesn't matter what the thinking is, treat it just the same. Oh yeah, thinking. Let it go. And just coming back to that feeling of the breath again. So we only label it when we've actually got lost, taken away, swept away. Otherwise, just staying with the breath, just allowing thoughts to come and go. Getting caught up in thinking, not trying to stop the thinking. Noticing the distraction, letting it go,
Cool.
and then coming back to the breath again.
Relax, relate, release, relax. Okay. It's so hard for people just to do what they're supposed to do, unless what they're supposed to do is all this horrible stuff, right?
Feeling perhaps ease of space in the body remain. Bringing the attention back to that feeling of weight and contact.
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put on
Back
Bill
to
Burr,
the space.
some comedy. It's just too much. I need something.
When you're ready, just gently.
Bill Burr, stand up. He has another thing on Netflix about abortion too. Let's do that. Bill Burr, Breaking Bad. Let's go with this one. Just got to get through this
last
day.
year, I paid nothing for electricity, and I actually made money by using a special program that paid me to try brand new solar technology.
Let's just get through this day. Tomorrow's Friday, yeah? Just got to get through 1 minute at a time. This looks Vietnamese. Let me see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. This was Persian.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Burr.
Yay! Help me, Bill Burr. Help us, Bill Burr. We're going to get through this. Thank you. Thank you, sir. How are you? Oh, praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
All right, everybody settle down. I want to get a gun. I do.
He wants to get a
I
gun.
really do. I never had that feeling before till I moved out to Los Angeles.
Okay.
The city just messes with your mind, you know?
This is
It's overpopulated.
not, it is
Technically
Vietnamese,
doesn't have
okay?
a water supply. Right? The dollar's crashing. Shit keeps you up at night. You're just thinking, what am I doing when the zombies come? Right? Start reading up on shit. Get some powdered food. Plant some zucchini. Get a windmill. Right? And that's all well and good. But if you don't know how to fight, all you're doing is gathering supplies for the toughest guy in the block. Right? Thinking about that. What am I gonna do? Some dude turns me upside down, starts shaking the gold coins out of my pockets. I gotta get a gun. So I'm on the road, right? I'm in Reno, great gun town. So I go down to a little gun store, right? Come walking in, there's some redneck there. I'm like, hey man, I want to get a gun. He's like, I hear you.
It's
What you looking for?
Vietnamese.
What you want? Mossberg, over under, 357 Magnum, right? Starts rattling off all this gibberish.
Winchester rifle.
Right? I don't know shit. I'm trying to play it off. I feel like a bitch because I don't know anything about guns. So I was like, what do I do here? Hell, I'm going to go with honesty. I go, look, dude, I don't know anything about guns. They terrify me, but I'm worried about the zombies. All right? Dude's just like, you need a shotgun. You need a shotgun, man. It's got a good spread. It's easy to load, doesn't have a lot of working parts, got a good spread. Kept saying that. It's got a good spread. Like, what does that mean? He goes, well,
This is the
you gotta be that accurate.
Netherlands.
You got a good spread. Further away you are, the more shit you hit. You got a good spread. In fact, you got a problem over here. You ain't even gotta look. You just turn, wow, that's it. You ain't got a problem over here anymore. Anything that was even remotely a problem ain't there anymore. Trust me. And then these people here, they saw what you just did here. You ain't got a problem here either. Feel me?
Dutch.
Right there. One shot. These people get smart, flip it over. Wow, that's it. Got a good spread. I'm like laughing my ass off. I'm like, dude, look, I just want to shoot the guy. I don't have to do a bunch of drywall work, you know? Reframe my diploma, get my parakeet another friend, you know? I just want to shoot the guy. So I'm like, how about one of these pistols? So he does like that classic, like that redneck trailing off thing, like, you want pistols? Well, I know, I've just been here 20 years. Get a shiny one, huh? So I was like, what's wrong with getting a pistol? He goes, I'll tell you what, buddy. Because life ain't a movie. You feel me? I'm like, no. Can you please stop speaking in these backwoods riddles? Just say what you're saying. I told you I don't know shit about guns. Come on, do me a solid here. He goes, well, look, you ever watch a movie? Guy go, blah, blah, blah. He kills 3 people. Real life, man, you miss. You miss all the fucking time. You miss enough times, man. You're empty. You might as well just be standing there with a big stapler in your hand.
True.
Hey, what you gonna do? I was like, well, fuck it. Let's get the shotgun. So he's all ready to box the thing up, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I live with my girl. I can't just show up with a shotgun. Right? That's not some shit you can just come home with. I found this stool on the side of the road. I can come home with this. Look at it. We can refinish it. We can carve our initials in it. We can have a good time, right? I just show up with a shotgun. Hey, I got it for us, right? One barrel for you, one for me. No. So she kiboshes the whole thing. Till the other night, somebody broke into our car sitting in the driveway. Starts fucking with her head, right? So she starts reading up on guns, you know? She's reading too much because now she wants to get one, but she's just like, well, I heard you got to keep the bullets in the safe, keep the stock in the garage. And then what? Then what? I run around the house and assemble it. There's some dudes chasing me with an axe. You know, even thinking this thing through, sweetheart. He's running around. Where's the stove? It's in the living room. He's in the living room. No, get this thing. I want that fucking thing loaded right on the bedroom wall. Right there. I'll put that thing in my jam sleeves. Just like that. There's no other point. That's funny though when you talk about getting a gun, you know, people like they either totally for it or completely against it. You know, they either go nuts and start screaming, right? Or they start throwing out those stats. You know, actually you increase your chances of getting shot by 80% the second you get a gun in the house. Really? What? Because I'm gonna load it and shower with it? Like, the fuck? I know it's dangerous. You get a pool in your backyard, you immediately increase your odds of drowning in your backyard, right? You couldn't do that before. Now you step on a rake, in you go. No, I'm telling you, I don't buy any of that shit. Stats are so fucking stupid. You know? Not that they're stupid, it's the way people apply them. You already have your mind made up, and then you go to I'mRight.com, you start memorizing a bunch of shit, and you just throw it up at people. Guy tried to get me to go scuba diving. I go, I'm not going. I don't want to get eaten by a shark. He's like, well, actually, 90% of shark attacks actually happen in shallow water. It's like, no shit. It's where the people are. You know, it's called the beach. 90% of people are frolicking along the coastline. Not just people swimming to Europe. Let's go to Iceland, you pussies. Right? I don't know. But I actually like Los Angeles. One of the few East Coast people that likes it. All my moron New York friends and Boston friends, they come out there, try to get a good slice of pizza at 4 in the morning. They can't. Like, this fucking place sucks. It's not like exactly where I left. What's the point of traveling if it's going to be different? It's so fucking stupid. Get a burrito and go on a hike. What's wrong with you? You're going to go to Hawaii? There's no pond hockey. This place sucks. I got to admit, the only thing that freaks me out about Los Angeles is all the plastic surgery. I don't get it. Why do people get plastic surgery? You know? Why can't you just admit it's over? You know? You had your time. Stop trying to look fuckable in your 50s. It's weird. Their faces yanked back. Looking all shiny, right? Not to mention they haven't even figured it out. You know, why would you get a facelift? Can't you look at other facelifts and realize they haven't worked all the bugs out yet? Right? That's what you want to look like? Like you just lost a fight 3 days ago? Don't be a hero. Let somebody else go in there. Take the fucking beat. You lay back. Wait it out. Just lying to people. I know, looks great. Put a little ice on it. We'll see you in a couple weeks. All right, take it easy. Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened? We followed every step. Did we miss something? Oh, hey. Oh, here's your keys. There you go. Oh, I didn't recognize you. You look so young. All right, take it easy. She gone? She's gone. All right, shred everything. Shred it. Oh, you're nuts.
Hydrochloroquine.
Wait it out.
Really?
Figure it out. Then you fucking go in. Don't be a goddamn hero. You know? Look at hair plugs. Hair plugs don't look half bad now. Saw this guy the other night on TV. He's like, oh, God, I wish I did this 10 years ago. It's like, no, you don't. 10 years ago, when they were stapling ant legs to the top of people's heads. Remember that? Your eyes would water looking at their
The
hairline.
Netherlands, they speak Dutch, but this is
They used to put you in like a headlock. Hold still. Use like a nail gun. Hold still. guys would tap out after a row and a half. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. You wish you got hair plugs 10 years ago. You wish you got polio 60 years ago. What else is on your wish list, sir? No, you don't fuck with your face. Okay? I understand liposuction. They screw that up. You can put on a shirt. Right? There's no shirt for your face. Who do they think they're fooling with their stupid, you know? And then you lie to yourself. I'm just going to do it. Just going to do this. Just going to have this done. No, you're not. You're not. What are you? You're just going to wax the fender on your car? And that's it? The rest of it looks all shitty? Well, maybe I just do the hood. And maybe I'll do the back.
There you go, a hummingbird. Hey. Love those guys. Okay.
They are idiots. You look like I'm in my 20s? No, you look weird. You look fucking weird. You still look like you're in your 50s. I just can't guess what year anymore because I've never seen that year. I've never seen that shiny fucking look. It's almost like you discovered a new age between 52 and 53. Yeah. People, there's nothing wrong with being 52 and looking 52. All right? You're 52. You didn't get fucked. Yeah. What would you rather be? 52 and look 52 or be 52 and look like a 28-year-old lizard? All right? That's your options at this point. You know what's really like actually embarrassing is that the facelift, that's predominantly a white problem. You notice that? I've never seen a black person with a facelift ever. Other than like the Jacksons, but they're all out of their minds, right? Because their dad made them rehearse all day and sleep in the fireplace. Right? Jamming all night. Get in there, you bastards! No hugs, no kisses. His face permanently twisted up from 50 years of screaming, "Sing, motherfucker!" It's understandable with them. And you know why so many whiteys need facelifts? I love that word. I'm trying to bring it back. I love it. It's funny. What? You know why? You know why so many Caucasians need facelifts? Because we don't know about lotion. See that? Only half of you laughed. That should have been everybody. Yeah, but a lot of you were sitting there like, well, what about lotion? What is this lotion you speak of, and what is the magic therein? Just to put it out there, you can use lotion on other parts of your body besides your dick. Yeah. If you ever wondered why your dick still looks brand new, but the rest of you is starting to look like an aging pirate?
I don't know, but this is a man thing.
Of the lotion distribution. All right, you got skin everywhere. Go, check yourself out. The bottom of your feet look like a prehistoric riverbed. It's not part of the natural.
This is Hawaiian Tropic.
I'm not judging you.
Lime.
Not judging anybody. I didn't know anything
Coletha
about it. Never used it. The
fragrance.
33 years of my life. Never used it.
After sun moisturizer.
She was getting ready and she was just putting that shit on everywhere.
Okay.
Slathering it on. I thought she had like a rash or something. I mean, what are they, like poison ivy? What's going on? She goes, no, I'm just making sure I'm not ashy. I said, ashy? She goes, dry skin. I went, wow. I guess I freaked her out a little bit because I was like, wow. She's like, well, white people get ashy too. I was like, yeah, you know, I don't think we do. Yeah, I've been alive for 33 years. No one has ever said, hey, Bill, you look a little ashy. I never even heard that word until you said it. She's like, you're an idiot. Stick out your arm. So I stick out my arm, and ever so gently, she just drags her nails down. The smoke starts coming up. There's like pastry flakes flying off, crack marks, signing her name. She's like, you see that? She goes, that's ashy. You're ashy? Freak me out. I'm like, holy shit, I'm ashy. I didn't know anything about it. All I knew was that I always got itchy in the winter. Couldn't figure it out. Always got itchy in the winter. What the fuck do I get itchy? I thought it meant the bath towel was dirty. That's what I thought. And I would change it out and put a fresh one. Now I'm gonna be okay. Take a shower, dry off, fucking itching again. God damn it, I hate the winter. See that? That's why you gotta hang out with everybody. Yeah. There's too much information in the world, and every group of people misses a little bit. White people totally missed the lotion seminar at some point in history. I don't know if it's because we can't see it. You know, black people get ashy. It looks like they leaned up against a chalkboard or something. You know, they can see it. They miss it. Their friends help them out. Like, look at your ashy motherfucking elbow. What is wrong with you? Right? We miss that shit the way black people miss the whole register your weapons summit. Right? Just never got the information. The amount of rappers who've been busted for the unregistered clock.
These people, Jesus.
It's like, why would you do that to yourself? You just want to make an album over the phone? Is that what it is? Is that like the new auto-tune or some shit? I don't know. No, it breaks my heart every time I see it. I just think, God, if he just had one white friend. He just had one white friend in his entourage. Dude would have been sitting there going like, is that thing registered? You out of your mind? Get it out of there. Get it out of there. That's illegal. That's like fucking 3 to 5 mandatory. Dude, how do you not know that? That's the question. How do you not fucking know that? This guy's got an unregistered weapon in the car, and we're just gonna go driving around with it. It's ridiculous.
Hindi.
See, there you go. All right. You don't need a facelift. Okay. Lay off the booze. Do some cardio. Moisturize. You're gonna be fine. Okay. Don't believe in these myths. Black don't crack. It's bullshit. They all put lotion on like every 20 minutes during the day. It's ridiculous. They all got a giant oil drum with this shit at home. Every morning they wake up, they dump themselves in it, shake themselves off, and walk out the door absolutely glistening. Glistening! White guys like me are walking around, no hat on. Oh, let's go sailing! Passing out face down in the sand. Speaking of no boozing, man, I've been really trying to.
I'm hungry. I ordered lunch. Did
Really
you hear my stomach growl?
I don't know what it is.
Terrible.
It's big. As you get older, you know, keep boozing, you start getting that big Alec Baldwin, John Travolta head. And you don't notice though, because every day you're brushing your teeth and you see in your head, it's just getting a little bit bigger. Drink, another one, right? Then one day you go to take that cell phone picture and you're just like 6 inches in front of everybody else.
You know, I have the new COVID test. Hold on, let me show you.
I gotta lay off this shit. So I've been trying to learn how to fix shit around the house. That's what's filling up all this time. Just being sober. That's brutal. You have no idea how long a year is since you're stone sober.
Hold on, Bill.
So I'm learning how to fix shit, right?
I don't know what made me think of this, but I ordered these online and the post office delivered them. So I have like extra tests here. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Coletha Rapid COVID-19 Antigen Self-Test by Siemens. Okay. So you have your, hold on, let me put myself on. Get out of where I'm at. Hold on. Okay, so this is your instructions, right? Everything you need to do. Then they have a little certification doohickey. This is the swab. Comes in the package. It reminds me of like the DNA test. But anyway, that's not what this is. So even there's a third one. I'm going to order some more too because these are the little tubes. And see, they got liquid in them already. Okay. After you do your swab and you put it in the little vial, then you stick it in here. See those holes? You see the vial? And you stick it in there so it sits up straight, right? So you have to time it. I think it's a minute. And then these are the little things, the receptacles that you put your antigen test in. It's like a mini pregnancy test. And so you put, after you swab your nose, it is just in the nostril part, not to your brain. Then you open this little thing up, you put the swab in there, and then you let it sit for like a minute or so. You know, the instructions tell you. Let me see what it says. I did this before. I tested negative. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Yep, you need a timer. Um, do not wash your hands or any of that stuff until you are ready to begin the test. And then you wash your hands for 30 seconds. Okay. I took this, but okay, so anyway. So this looks like a little pregnancy test thingy. And I don't think I kept any of my old tests. I try to throw that stuff out, but let me see. I just want to show you, but I think I tossed them. Okay. Nope, I don't have any. I don't have any. I threw them out, but they look like mini pregnancy tests. They're very short. Rip them off. This is what they look like. See that? Okay. And that's what you put your thing from here into that little thing. And then you wait. And then this is how you can tell whether or not you are positive, negative, or what is that? Invalid. So I have multiple tests because you don't want to just do one because you don't want to get a false negative or a false positive. So to make sure of all things. So yeah, 3 swabs, 3 tests, and 3 tubes in each one of these. You order these online. You keep them in your house. So if you get exposed or somebody's coughing on you or whatever, you don't feel well, do your COVID test at home. You don't have to mail it anywhere. You will find out whether or not you've been exposed or not. Okay? They also have an app on your phone that you can use that will let you know if people are testing positive all around you. That is good information to have as well. So um, so this is there are 5 test devices, uh, 5 sterile swabs, 5 extraction tubes with buffer and tips, instructions for how to use. Okay, everything you need. They will mail it to you. Usually the postal service will mail it to you. And yeah, I got my lunch being delivered, so I'm gonna have a peppermint while I wait because I'm already hungry. I'm already hungry. I wait till I get hunger pains before I, eat. Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, let's get off of wellness and get back to doing what we're doing, okay? Just saying. Okay, so let's get back to work. Let's turn on Bill.
My girlfriend doesn't like it because she says I have a temper.
Okay.
She's like, it's just not that you're trying to fix things. It's that you get frustrated, you punch the wall, the dog starts shaking. I just don't think it's a good idea. You're a comedian. You should tell jokes. He's a plumber. He should plumb, right? Trying to explain to her that losing your shit is part of the process of fixing something, right? Everybody does that. You buy, right? Yeah. You buy something at IKEA, you get halfway through putting it together, you're like, dude, where the fuck is the fucking... Oh, there it is. There it is. Well, honey, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Why? You want to put it together? Well, then you put it together. You put together this fucking part of the board piece of fucking shit. Instructions make no sense. I will buy another one. I will buy another one. I'll buy fucking 5 and smash 4 if I want to. Don't tell me what to do. I'll go to your mother's. I don't give a shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, what story are you going to tell? This one, right? Not the part about how I pay all the fucking bills, right? How was that uncalled for? How was that uncalled for? I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to the fucking thing. I was talking to the fucking thing. I know what I said. I know what I said, okay? You don't need to tell me. I know what I said, yes. I am working on it. I am working on it, all right? Look, you think I want to be this guy? You think I want to be the guy who flips out about the fucking things? I don't, okay? This isn't who I am. This is who I became, all right? I'm working through this shit. You didn't have to speak well. You do shit too, okay? You do shit too. Well, I thought you were going to your mother's. That's brutal. I hate having a temper, man. It's fucking embarrassing. I don't know. I'm sick of women trying to... Every girl I ever date's always trying to fix me. It's annoying after a while, Like you're not out of your mind with all your fucking shoes. Right? What is that all about? I'm sick of this hypothetical perfect guy. Go get him. Go down to Applebee's. Let me know what you find. Okay? I've had it. I'm working. I'm trying. You go down and you get this Mr. Even-keeled all the time with his little... You live with that guy for a while, Hey, honey, I'm home. How are you? Yeah, traffic was crazy. Almost lost it, but thank God I had that book on tape, right? Gulliver's Travels, always a classic. Always a classic. That's the guy you want, straight across the board. Even in the bedroom, right? Always making love to you, missionary style. I love you. Your hair is like an ocean. Never know when you like to be flipped over and have your face mushed into the pillows. Fucking psycho, right? She's right. She's always right. I gotta work on it. I hate having a temper. I don't know if it's hereditary. I don't know if it's part of the country I'm from. I've always snapped. My dad was like that. My dad's the greatest dude I ever met in my life. He had a temper. Anytime anything broke in the house, 5 minutes into fixing it, he was bitching about his marriage. It was hilarious. He'd see something broke. Oh, Christ, will you look at that? God damn it, Billy, give me that fucking screwdriver. I swear to God, I don't know what the fuck I ever got married for. 13 goddamn years of this shit. Oh, you're a bitch, lady! You've been a bitch for years! Give me the fuck. Yeah, most guys would have left by now. Most guys would have left by now.
He's from Boston, where Ben Affleck is from.
Most guys would have left by now, and you don't know how fucking good you got it, lady! Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought he was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got older, started dating, and I realized, this guy's making a lot of good points. He's not expressing them in the healthiest of ways. I gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of like jealous of the way my dad gets to talk to my mom sometimes. Where are all those old school women you can just take your day out on? When did they stop making those angels who just knew it had nothing to do with them? They just sit there and let you blow out the lines, right? What a luxury. Right? To fail all day, you come home and download all your insecurities on this other person. How was your day? How the fuck was your day? How do you make a decision? Take these kids away from me. Give me a goddamn drink. Oh, with the tears. Then the bra burning generation came in, right? I could sit there and listen to their stories all the time. Oh, it's the worst. You know what's the worst is when they're telling you a story and you want to listen, but just what they're talking about, you can't even retain it. So I was supposed to go out to lunch with Jennifer. I'm all ready to do that. I show up. She's there with Susan. She knows I hate Susan. I look like shit. Susan's been going to the gym. I mean, at that point, your head is
I'm gonna
a
turn
newborn
off
baby.
that.
You're trying to
I came from a meeting, so
hold it up. You know, you can't. Even if you're trying to pay attention, you can't. Then you just start staring at their mouth after a while. Like, I can't believe it keeps coming out. This is fucking unbelievable. It's like, it starts fading off. You start thinking about your own life, right? Why did I take Nebraska, give it 28? What the fuck is wrong with me? It's an away game. All of a sudden her voice goes, it goes up, right? Like, God, fuck, that was a question.
okay. So let me just tell you this. I almost went to karaoke this week. I almost did, y'all, but I thought better of it because what I like to do is I like to visit the place where I'm going before I have to be there, especially if I'm going in the dark. I want to be familiar with the route there and the route back, right? I want to check out the neighborhood. I want to check and see if it's an area that I like. And that's the same way I was supposed to go to the lake last weekend, and I may go this weekend. There's a festival, but I have to drive like 2.5 hours. So that you know what that is? 5 hours of driving. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't think I'm gonna do that. There's a lady, one of my neighbors. She's from Oregon, Portland. So thinking about going to brunch with her this weekend just to talk. She's warm with another neighbor. I thought when I was younger that when you got to be a certain age, you just didn't do. But some people are like that. Some people they get older and they're just so mellow, so chill. They don't. And then some people, it's like they never left high school. They never left high school. They have not developed at all. They have not progressed at all. I understand how that is. I'm gonna tell you what helped me to progress in my life is I need to get my transcripts from my university, right? And when I talk to them pretty frequently, right? And so I need to get my transcripts, and we start talking about the time. We have started talking about the time. I had lost track of time because I was just trying to get through the moment. I'm trying to get through the moment. Um, and time got away from me. So I think that that's the importance of so many little bitty things. Like if you have a pet, okay, weather report. We're in the flood warning. Okay, so anyway, speaking of lotion, let me put some on. Um, um, I lost my. Oh yeah. I was saying about how you lose track of time. Um, I think that that's what's happened to a lot of people. And that's why, like with my neighbor who is warring with somebody else, and the other person is like stuck in time. In their consciousness, they see themselves as still being, like high school age, 16. They still got on the same old, the same. They're doing same old stuff. They are reacting to people in the same old way. And so by calling, staying in contact with my university, my principal passed away. Um, and I was able to spend some time with him. And you know what? He still saw me as a person that was still in school. He didn't realize that, I was a mother with a teenage kid that I'm having trouble with. And he just, it just did not compute to him. And so I understand that. I understand that, sometimes when you're just, I do the same thing every day. I get up and I do X, Y, Z. And then before I go to bed, I do Y, U, Z. You know what I'm saying? ABC every day. Same old, same old. Um, it's a trap. And I don't know what snaps people out of it, but let me tell you something. When I realized that I had Walmart stock since the early 80s, I'm like, what? That's crazy. I'm letting him know where I'm at. Anyway, I'm gonna have brunch with her because she's at war with her neighbor. I'll be glad when my lunch gets here. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay. So anyhow, um, yeah. Let's get back to Bill.
All right, now what do? You can't say yes, you can't say lifetime adjustments. Nothing. I don't want to make my dad out like a psycho. My dad's the best dude I know, man. But, I understand him, though. He's like the exact opposite of me. I planned out my life a little more, right? That's why I never got married. Never thought about getting married. It just looked horrific. It looked really difficult. It looked like a lot of them failed. Then if you had a kid, you have that whole weird situation, right? You got this thing that half looks like you, half looks like somebody you used to love and now want to slap the shit out of, right? Kid's coming up to the walk. You're like, son, just look to the right a little. Let me just
I never went there.
I want to look at you.
Never went there. Don't go there.
It's brutal. My dad was the exact opposite.
Very aloof. That's what they said about me. Aloof.
By the time he was 33.
I ain't trying to get all into that like that.
Free chicken soup for the holy fuck. I got 5 kids. I don't even know who I am yet. The pressure of that. Feeding all those kids, man, I'm telling you. Every 3-4 days, he would just snap. Just snap out of nowhere, And you pass this all down, you fucking bitch, out the fucking bullshit. Boom, he slammed the door. Have the car in 3rd gear by the time they got into the end of the driveway. Bum, 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 bum. My mother would always do the exact same shit. Just lock the door behind him, turn around, look at the kids, and just be like, and he's just crazy. He's just a crazy person. What is wrong with him? 8 hours later, he show up, no apology. She'd have dinner ready. She messed it up. You give her a rough time. Christ, you cooked the shit out of it. I don't know. I think I'll be a good dad, though. I do. No, I analyze it. I actually finally come to the point. I want to have a kid, and I don't think it's that hard. I don't. Part of me really believes that. The other part is I just like pissing off people with kids. Whenever you say shit like that, oh, you have no idea how difficult it is. This is a great one to say. Well, I mean, I got a dog. I mean, how much? Dude, you can't even fucking compare it to a dog. Yeah, I can. I just did, and I'll do it again. Mine's got 4 legs. Yours only has 2. Go ahead. Yours bites someone and gets a timeout. Mine gets put down. Stakes are raised. No, I think I know. I think I know how to raise a kid. You know what it is? You just play catch with them. I think that's the big deal, man. That's how you raise a kid. You play catch with them. You just talk about life. You distract them by throwing the ball.
This is for guys.
Heads up with your theories, right? You don't do it the old school way where your parents used to. Sit down across from you. You want to tell me about your day? Did anybody offer you any drugs? You learning about sex? Like, dude, you're fucking freaking me out. I need a Pop-Tart here, right? No, you just take them in the back, you play catch with them. That's it. You talk about life, right? What's that, son? We're not going to church today. Fuck that. It's all a bunch of bullshit. God's everywhere, but I got to go down there to see him? Really? And he's mad at me down there and I owe you money? Go fuck yourself. Just try out. Stupid. It's ridiculous. It's in here. Not down.
I'll be the laugh, but it's funny.
Unless you're like a sociopath, then you'll unless you got somebody duct taped upside down in your apartment, And if you do something like that, I want you to feel like you can come to me, Yeah, come to me, confess all of that. We'll go down to the precinct. We'll tell them everything. Yeah, I'm gonna turn you in. This isn't fucking Dexter. What are you out of your mind? There's some feel-good serial killer walking around. He only kills the bad people. Listen, I know your mother and I, we've been arguing a lot lately, all right? But I know I love her. I love her to death, okay? It's weird. I love her to death. But when I watch her eat toast, I just want to choke her. I don't know what it is. It's the routine, right? Left, then the middle. Why don't you just fold it in half, fucking eat it? You know what I mean? It's unreal. That's when you know you met the right one. When you want to slap the shit out of him, but you don't. You want to leave, but you don't. There's something about him. You just can't fucking leave, right? So don't settle down till you meet one like that. That's when you know. Until then, put a condom on. Bang as many as you can. So you don't have a midlife crisis. That's what you do. Don't tell your mother I'm telling you this shit. Yeah. That's my game plan. You know, I do have a dog. That doesn't count for anything. Never understood that. You know, I love my dog, but I've learned a lot about being a dog owner now. You know, any dog's a good dog unless you're a psycho. You know, I got a pit bull. It's still a great dog unless you're a fucking psycho. And evidently, I'm a psycho because my dog has just been a complete maniac over the last like 6 months. You know, I didn't realize that dogs feed off your vibes. You know, like if you're chilling, they're chilling. You know, if you're sleeping, they're sleeping. But if you're a psycho like me and you're screaming at the ref on TV, being like, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me! I didn't realize the dog was over in the corner being like, yeah, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is bullshit. I don't know what this guy's mad at, but I love this guy. This guy feeds me. Is it the door? Are you mad at the door? Yeah, I had no idea I was amping this dog up so selfishly in my own world. I'd be like on the computer, it would crash. Oh, really? Really? Dog's over in the corner with like a chew toy. I never noticed like that Game 7 look she was getting on her face. And one day I amped her up too much, had no clue, and I went outside. We were just walking down the street, and some
Oh,
poor
shit.
comes the other way. The dog's like, that's that motherfucker. Yeah!
Okay.
Lunch at this guy. I had to pull her back. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. She's never done anything like that, right? Looking down at the dog. What's wrong with you? Dog's looking up at me like, huh? I got that son of a bitch, didn't I? I love you. You feed me. I got you. How the hell did you see him that far away, man? Your ears must be better than mine. It's unbelievable. Right? Then I got nervous. I got nervous around my own dog. I started thinking, fuck, are pit bulls really like this? Did they just go psycho? Man, this is nuts, right? That's another bad vibe to have around your dog, as they pick up on that vibe, right? This dude comes walking down the street, and I immediately just start thinking like, oh shit, is she gonna do it again? Oh shit, oh shit. Dog just looks at me like, oh shit, what? Oh shit, what? Him? Ah! Runs into another guy. Had to pull it back. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Looking down at the dog, dog's trying to chest bump me and shit, right? Dude, it got so bad one day, she almost ate a landscaper, right? Yeah, so I'm like, I gotta take this thing to a trainer, man. So I load it up in the Prius, and I drive over there, right? Yeah, I have a Prius. Go ahead, judge me. I love that shit. You have a Prius, people, you know, can't win. You got a truck with a big lift kit, people, oh, it's probably because he has a little dick. Right? How come it's not because he has a dick down to the floor? Maybe that's why he needs all that clearance, right? You know? If that means you have a little dick, then if I have a Prius, doesn't that mean I have a huge dick? Right? Because according to my friends, it means I'm a fag. Right? Anyways. Towel off here for a moment. So I fucking take this dog down to this trainer, right? And I show up the dog in the back. The trainer comes out, he's got his hat on backwards, he got stubble, you know, big, large cargo pants, you know, all shorts on and stuff. I'm thinking, this guy's a psycho, right? And I look at my dog's like sizing him up. I'm like, this is perfect, he can handle him. So the guy goes, all right, when you hand this dog to me, make sure you got the leash totally taut like that, all right? Don't have any slack in it. I said, no problem, right? And somehow I fucked up. I left a little slack in it, and this dog just lunged right at the dude's balls, right? And just barely missed him. He just got a big mouthful of his big cargo shorts, right? Immediately just grabs it and goes, all right, get out of here, right? But instinctually, I tried to help out, and he just goes, get the fuck out of here! Yeah, I didn't realize that the only reason why the dog was acting like that was because I was there, and it felt like it needed to protect me. So the second I left, the situation immediately just became awkward, right? The dog was just sitting there like, okay, like, I thought we were, like, together, we were, like, friends, and you were some bad guy, and all of a sudden you just drove away, and I don't know how to feed myself. You want to be friends? Yeah, I come back 4 days later, the dog's laying at the guy's feet, right? He's rubbing her belly, she's reaching up, playing with his goatee and shit. He goes, go ahead, have a seat. Why don't you take me through your day with this dog? Immediately, I started getting, like, this first 48 vibe, right? Like they're coming at me. So I got like defensive. I'm like, what do you mean? I take it for a hike every morning. He goes, that's good. Anything, you know, special happen on the hike? I'm like, what? You know, I don't know. She takes a shit. I pick it up. It's like, all right, easy. play any games with her? I go, yeah, at the end of the hike. I let her, for reward for going on the hike, I let her run up the stairs by herself. I go, go on, Cleo. I let her run up the stairs, and I count 5, 1,000, and then I run up there, and then we start wrestling. Put her in a headlock, sweep her front legs, right? But her tail's wagging, She's not growling. I go, that's a good thing, right? He's like, no, it's fucking horrible. I'm like, why? He goes, you just taught your dog to claim the house and then fight for it every fucking day after the hike. No wonder this thing's trying to attack the mailman, So then I got upset. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you're telling me, like, I can't even play with my dog? He's like, no, you can play with it, but you got to bring that energy back down. Problem is you keep amping this thing up, getting that Mike Singletary look on his face. And by the time you walk out, doesn't matter if you're relaxed. Mentally, the dog is like walking through the tunnel at the Rose Bowl, like, this is what we play for! Somebody hit somebody! Yeah, so I'm actually learning to control my temper because of a fucking pit bull. So, I don't know, my girl's been bugging me lately. She's ready to settle down. I think I'm ready to settle down too, I got the one. I know I've been saying this shit for years. Yeah, she's great. The only thing I don't like is she's really into reality TV. She watches all those dumb shows. Put 10 whores in a house. Somebody tries to find a wife, right? She watches fat people cry about fudgicles. Blubber in their eyes. Sometimes I don't even open the wrapper. I just start eating, and then I get down to the stick, and I know I should stop because it's made out of wood. She's just there crying right along with them. Yeah, throw yourself in the river, you fat fuck. No, she gets so mad at me. Like, look, I don't put on TV to cry. I like to be entertained. I love when they fall on the treadmill and go flying into the drywall. It's like some modern-day medieval weapon. I love it. All those horrific shows. Biggest fights we have. She watches Intervention. Isn't that? Yeah, you like that? Oh my God, it's so awesome. Watching a family completely fall apart. What is entertaining about that? When they had that classic before picture, the pre-meth picture, she was so beautiful. She was the prom queen. Everybody loved her. Then they cut to her like laying in like a gutter. I'll suck your dick. I'll suck your dick. I'll suck your dick. No, we have these huge battles. You know what the maddest she ever got at me was? One time she was watching this show. It was like a poor excuse for The View. And they started talking about domestic violence, right? For the 9 millionth time this year, they're talking about domestic violence. Just in case, you didn't get the memo. Evidently, just some people didn't get it. It's not okay to slam your wife's head into the cupboard drawers because she didn't dry the can opener off properly. It's gonna fucking rust, right? How do you not know not to do that shit? Do they really have to keep talking about it? It's like wife beaters watching. Oh, fuck! Now I get it. Up to Daisy, sweetheart. Here we go. There you go. Oh. So at the end of the hour, they come to the logical conclusion. They're like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head. You could wake me from a drunken stupor, I could still give you like 9. Dude, there's plenty of reasons to hit a woman. You just don't do it. But to sit there and suggest that there's no reason. Dude, the level of ego behind that statement. What are you, levitating above the rest of us? You're never annoying. Women, how many times have you thought about slapping your fucking guy in the head this week? There you go. Every day. You didn't do it, right? Oh, dude, drives me nuts. There's no reason. There's no reason. Really? No reason? How about this? You marry a girl, you fall in love, you buy her a house. You go to work every day, paying off the house. You come home one day, she's banging the next door neighbor, hands you divorce papers. You got to move out, sleep on a futon, and still pay for that house that she's going to pay. No reason. I'm not saying you should do it, but there's plenty of fucking reasons in that arc of a story. All right,
That's thunder. I say one to flash flood
Want an
watch.
actual story? I'll give you one. I fucked up my foot playing drums, trying to get my bass drum foot as fast as John Bonham's, because I figured that's a good thing to focus on. 43 years of age, never married, no kids. I figured this is gonna lead me to the light, right? This is what I need to do. So I don't know what I did. I felt like after I played for like an hour and afterwards, I felt like literally like there was some midget stabbing me in the bottom of my foot, right? Like I had lightning coming out of the bottom of my foot. So I did the typical guy thing. Like, I'm not going to the hospital. I'll sleep it off. I'll be fine, right? Next morning, I wake up. My foot's even worse. I got to walk my crazy dog. So I'm like, I can't do it. My foot's killing me. So I wake up my girl. I'm like, sweetheart, can you do me a favor? Can you walk the dog for me? Can you just take the shift? You know, I'll do your afternoon shift. Can you just do me the song? Can you do this for me? And she's just like, oh. You know, I had a late night last night. I'm tired. I have a big day. And I just go, fuck it. She goes, what do you mean, fuck it? It's like, why can't you just say no? Why do you always gotta like waterboard me with like a 20-minute explanation that eventually winds its way around to go, fuck yourself? Just say no. I'm just limping out of the road. Whatever, go back to bed. You got a big day, right? So now I'm like limping down the street. I got like Tourette's. Fucking bullshit. Dog's walking next to me. I gotta admit, I got a little childish. I did. I got a little childish. You know, I was just thinking about my relationship. I'm like, this is the relationship I'm in. You're just gonna do whatever the hell you want to do, right? And fuck me. Fine. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do. I feel like listening to my iPod on full blast, walking around the house. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's what I did. Turned it all the way up, and my whole plan was just to walk by her like I didn't even know her. That was it. She came down the hall. I just ghosted her. Just walked right past her. Just trying to piss her off. I gotta tell you something. Worked like a charm. Worked like a charm. Yeah, hung my coat up, turned around. By the time I turned around, she was already yelling at me. But the music was so loud, not only could I not hear her, it actually looked like she was singing the song that I was listening to. Ah, one of the highlights of the relationship. So I knew what she was saying. It's like, whatever, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. I'm going on to the computer, right? So I limp over and I sit down, and unbeknownst to me, she's like, now, we're going to talk about this right now. Comes out, poof, and slaps the headphones off my head. I got big ears. It fucking hurt. So like, honey, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Put the headphones back on. She comes right back up again. Poof, slaps them off a little harder. This time they spin halfway around my head. Caveman DNA starts coming up. Talking through my teeth. Honey,
Last
leave me
of the
alone.
coffee.
Don't want to talk about it, right? Put them on third time. She comes up. Poof, slaps him right across the room, and I snap. I'm like, fine.
There you go. Can I get you anything else? Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Ah, right there. I just wanted to roll her up in her yoga mat and stuff her behind the couch. Just leave her there until she got thirsty. Come on, let me out of here. I have a spin class. Made your point. This is ridiculous. No, that's the thing. Really is, that's the thing. I hate that saying there's no reason. Obviously, I'm not saying it to a woman, you know. But saying there's no reason, I think that's crazy. When you say there's no reason, that kills any sort of examination as to how two people ended up at that place. You say there's no reason, you cut out the build-up, you just left with the act. How are you going to solve it if you don't figure it out? Look how awkward it is in here right now. I said you shouldn't hit a woman. I'm just saying, how come you can't ask questions? You can only ask questions about what the guy did. You can never ask about the woman. Why is that?
I'm
What is that? What does answer him right mean? What does that mean? Are you the idiot who got up halfway through the special during the bit and you're like walking around like I'm not fucking taking a special here? What's wrong with you? Fucking had to ignore all of that and now you're gonna like yell out? And not only that, yell something that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Answer him! Answer him! Every fucking special I do, there's always one! Oh, it's right down the fucking middle. I'm talking about hitting women, sweetheart. And I think you just added another reason.
Wonderful.
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not even in a relationship with her, and she's fucking nagging me.
You should try it. Have some peppermint in your mouth and drink coffee. Tastes so good.
Look, I understand hitting a woman's a bad thing, okay? How come you can't fucking ask questions? I just don't understand. Like, if I get bit by a rattlesnake, wouldn't you guys have some questions? Right? How did it happen? Did you not see it? Were you fucking with it? How did this snake get so mad it almost killed you? Firemen put out a fire, they don't just drive away afterwards, they sift through the debris. How did it start? Here's an oily rag, right? Look, I realize I'm coming off pretty ignorant right about now. I realize that. Let me extend an olive branch then, okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible guys, you know, have a rough day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole, and just start swinging, all right? I'm not trying to say that those people don't exist. I realize they exist. They should be buried underneath the prison, okay? So if I can admit that, ladies, can you at least admit that every ass kicking doesn't just fall out of the fucking sky? Really? Even hockey has 2 minutes for instigating, right? They understand that some back and forth happened before that shit gets, you know?
I'm calling my delivery person. It says order is complete. I don't have it. Let me see if it's on my porch.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Shereen Foster is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
You're getting a bad review from me. You didn't even knock on the door or nothing. Mm-mm. Okay, you guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for hanging out with me or stopping through. Hey Siri, set my timer for 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Counting down.
It's still thunder. Woo! You hear that thunder? Mhm. I have a meeting, but I don't know if it's going to happen. The Untold Truth of Anne Hesh. Mm-mm.
Do not buy solar panels. If you live in one of these 11 states of America, it's the worst decision you could make for your home. Did you know that in certain states of America, the U.S. government...
A promising career full of ups and downs, Anne H's life was tragically cut short. Right up until the end, everything about her was unpredictable. Anne H. was born in Aurora, Ohio, but considered herself a Jersey girl to her core. H grew up poor and occasionally homeless, moving from place to place with her parents and 4 siblings before finally landing in Ocean City. It was in New
I
Jersey
think
where H
everybody's
discovered her
story
talent for
is going to be
entertaining the
that they were
masses.
homeless
H
at some
explained
time
to
or
Suburban
another.
Life in 2017, "That's where I first became an actress. I literally started singing for my supper right on the boardwalk. I would flip burgers and sing show tunes." She went on to work at the 76 House Dinner Theater in Swainton, earning $100 a week to help support her struggling family. H later called California home, but New Jersey is where it all began. H told Suburban Life, "You could definitely say that New Jersey changed my life. I will always have a soft spot in my heart for Jersey." Anne H. shared her sad upbringing with the world in several interviews and in her 2001 memoir, revealing that she endured sexual abuse by her father from a very early age until she was about 12 years old. She told Barbara Walters in 2001, "I think it's always hard for children to talk about abuse because it is only memory. I didn't carry around a tape recorder. Anybody can look and say, well, how do you know for sure? And that's one of the most painful things about it. You don't." H's allegations against her now deceased father were never corroborated by her mother or her siblings. In 2015, H's mother and sister Abigail spoke out about the book on a now-defunct website called Readers Forum. H's mother, Nancy, wrote, "I am trying to find a place for myself in this writing, a place where I, as Anne's mother, do not feel violated or scandalized." H's father died from AIDS in 1983 when H was a teenager. She spent the next couple of decades acting out to escape the years of pain she felt. H shared with Walters, "I drank, I smoked, I did drugs, I had sex with people, I did anything I could to get the shame out of my life." It was during these years of chaos and shame that H experienced a break in reality, spiraling into mental illness. In a 2001 interview with The Advocate, H discussed the connection between her father's mental illness and her own, saying, "My father was doing things that are attributed to schizophrenia, big deals, delusions of grandeur, which I also had, so I know there's a lot of connections with the insanity that I had with my father." To cope with her trauma, H created an alter ego who was the half-sister of Jesus Christ.
I called my other personality Celestia. I called the other world that I created for myself the fourth dimension.
She revealed in her interview with The Advocate, "I created another entity that was from heaven. Celestia is the reason I believe I survived. She was the consistent love that allowed me to know that I could get to the other side of my abuse." H's mental health took center stage in 2000 following her split from Ellen DeGeneres. Hours after DeGeneres released a statement announcing the breakup, H was found wandering about, disoriented in rural Fresno County, California. Law enforcement told local television stations the actor might have been under the influence of drugs. Speculation regarding the incident was later put to rest by H herself in her 2001 interview with Barbara Walters. H revealed, "I was told to go to a place where I would meet a spaceship. I was told in order to get on the spaceship that I would have to take a hit of ecstasy. Fresno was the culmination of a journey and a world that I thought I needed to escape to in order to find love."
I believed I was from that world. I believed I was from another planet. I think I was insane.
It is fair to say that when it came to romantic partners, Anne H didn't really have a type. Before marrying cameraman Coley LaFoon in 2001, H dated a couple of high-profile names in Hollywood. She dated Steve Martin from 1994 to 1997. The two had a large age gap, with him being 24 years her senior. She also spent a year with Lindsey Buckingham.
Did you know any of this? I
Buckingham
didn't.
even wrote a song about H called "Down on Rodeo." Of course, her most famous relationship was the one she had with Ellen DeGeneres. The two women met at a Vanity Fair Oscar party in 1997 and were connected at the hip for 4 years after that. H told Oprah Winfrey that same year, "I saw Ellen across a crowded room, not knowing anything at all except how I just was drawn to her." Ellen and Anne split up in the year 2000. 20 years later, H told Mr. Warburton magazine, "Our time was a beautiful part of my life and one that I wear with honor. I was a part of a revolution that created social change, and I could not have done that without falling in love with her."
The thing about me was that I did everything so differently than anybody else that they couldn't help but pay attention.
In Tinseltown, connections can make or break you, and if you had asked Anne H., her 4-year romance with Ellen DeGeneres broke her, resulting in the actor being blacklisted from mainstream Hollywood. H proudly invited DeGeneres to the premiere of Volcano. The year was 1997, and the world was far more close-minded regarding same-sex romantic involvements. So closed-minded, in fact, that H was told to exit her own premiere because of who she brought as a date. The actor explained to Mr. Warburton in 2020, "I was told by Fox studio executives that if I brought Ellen to the premiere, my contract would be terminated. I brought Ellen despite those threats, and we were escorted out of the theater before the lights came on by security.
These hummingbirds,
We were
say
not allowed
something
to attend
else.
the premiere party because they did not want any photos of us together." H revealed to Page 6 in 2021 that following their very public appearance, she was wiped clean from the film biz and, in her words, became patient zero in cancel culture. She explained, "I didn't do a studio picture for 10 years. I was fired from a $10 million picture deal."
I got kicked out of my own movie premiere because they didn't want to get pictures of me with a woman.
In H's view, she suddenly wore the scarlet letter, no longer desirable by her industry. Still, a few notable names thought H had much to offer and stood by her side. Harrison Ford had been discussing 6 Days, 7 Nights with H before H and DeGeneres' controversial movie premiere appearance. He made it crystal clear to her that regardless of how others felt, he was sure she was right for the part. He told H he didn't care who she loved and was sure they would make a fantastic romantic comedy together. H was positive Ford's intervention on her behalf was why she got the role. H told Entertainment Tonight in 2020 that Ford was her hero, and she wouldn't have landed the role without him. Alec Baldwin also went to bat for H and pushed her forward for the Broadway project 20th Century, which earned H a Tony Award nod. Years later, Baldwin remained in H's corner and spoke out via Instagram, wishing her well after her 2022 car accident.
Do not buy solar panels. If you live in one of these 11 states of America, it's the worst decision you could make for your home. Did you know that in certain states of America, the U.S. government will now buy the panels for you and make them available for no net cost in case you go solar in the next couple of weeks? It's not a joke. And in these states, 11 of them to be precise, Americans will be able to get a complete solar system from our government at absolutely no net cost, and that way go solar without any investment whatsoever. Sounds pretty crazy, but here's what that's all about. You see, with the goal to encourage as many Americans as possible go solar, and that way contribute to a cleaner and healthier planet, our government recently released a new special solar stimulus program, something they've secretly been working on for the past couple of months. And they're now literally providing everyone who applies with complete, brand new solar systems for no net cost, including the latest generation of solar panels and a Tesla Powerwall, as well as paying a few $1,000s in tax credits to anyone who accepts that offer and goes solar in this special program in the next couple of weeks. So in case you thought about going solar, and you do live in America, do not even think about buying the panels yourself, because through this program, the U.S. government will practically buy them for you. The only catch is, you need to live in one of the 11 states they selected. And the truth is, nobody knows why they made the program available for only 11 states in total. But those who happen to live in some of those 11 states are without a doubt in huge luck, because they will literally get to go solar and start saving thousands of dollars on their electric bills without spending a single dollar in the first place. Isn't that crazy? So, if you want to test your own luck and see if you live in one of these 11 states our government selected for the program, then go ahead and click the button below this video. Enter your zip code so we can see in which state you live and answer a few more questions, which are all a part of the survey our government has provided. And by the end, in just about 60 seconds, you'll know your answer. So, if finally achieving complete energy freedom and saving fortunes on your electric bill by getting a complete solar system for no upfront cost from our government sounds appealing to you, then make no mistake about it and click the button below this video to qualify for this special solar stimulus program today, while it's still open. The seats are limited, so there's no time to waste.
As an Expedia member, you earn points on your travels, and that's on top of your airline miles. So you can go and see even more of all the world's bubbles. Bubbles.
Oh my God, they're going crazy.
Bubbles. So many bubbles. Without ever wondering if you're getting the most out of your trip. Because you are.
Anne H. and Coley LaFoon welcomed a son together in 2002 and later went through a difficult divorce, which was finalized in 2009. Never one to mince her words, H told the world what she thought of her ex when she went on The Late Show asking David Letterman, "Can you say lazy ass on TV?" The couple battled in court several times over custody and compensation issues, with H fronting much of the financial support for their son. According to People, H paid LaFoon a hefty lump sum, provided him with a $3,700 per month stipend, and paid for 75% of their son Homer's private education. It was an ugly split. H was adamant that LaFoon paid more attention to online poker and porn, and he thought H was mentally unstable. People reports that LaFoon claimed the actor lied to gain custody and broke their parenting agreement. LaFoon went on to wed again in 2015 and welcomed 3 more children with his second wife, and H found herself in a committed relationship with her Men in Trees co-star and second son Alice's father, James Tupper. H and Tupper were together for the better part of a decade before parting ways. In 1961, Anne H's sister Cynthia died in infancy from a heart defect. She also lost a brother, Nathan, in a motorcycle accident 3 months after her father died from AIDS. Nathan's death was ruled an accident, but H has made claims that he took his life. His tragic passing marked a new chapter for Anne with a move to Chicago, and she discussed this pivotal moment during a reading with Hollywood medium star Tyler Henry.
He acknowledges total peace and is free of all the emotions and the difficulty.
Okay. Anne's sister Susan died in 2006 from brain cancer, leaving only sister Abigail alive. While Anne had been vocal about the alleged abuse she suffered at the hands of her father, her sister Abigail said otherwise, claiming the incidents didn't happen. She posted on Readers Forum, "It is my opinion that my sister Anne truly believes at this moment what she has asserted about our father's past behavior. Based on my experience and her own expressed doubts, I believe that her memories regarding our father are untrue." In August 2022, the world was stunned to hear that Anne H had been involved in a devastating car accident, crashing into a home and becoming trapped inside her vehicle. Emergency crews worked to extract H from her burning car, and she was transported to a medical facility where she slipped into a coma. Many former partners and entertainment community members expressed well wishes and hopes for a full recovery. Sadly, the accident proved too much for the actor to overcome, and she died at the age of 53. H's rep said in a statement to People, in part, "Anne will be deeply missed, but she lives on through her beautiful sons, her iconic body of work, and her passionate advocacy. Her bravery for always standing in her truth, spreading her message of love and acceptance, will continue to have a lasting impact." In 2017, H told Access Hollywood what she wanted to be remembered for upon her death, "that I made my children happy and gave them a life that they loved." If you or someone you know needs help with mental health, please contact the crisis text line by texting HOME to 741-741, call the National Alliance on Mental Illness helpline at 1-800-950-NAMI 6264, or visit the National Institute of Mental Health website.
Bring home more for less with all the ways to save at Albertsons Market. Download our app and get digital deals sent straight to your phone. Stretch your grocery budget further with all the ways to save at Albertsons Market.
In addition to being one of old Hollywood's most renowned actresses, Katharine Hepburn has also developed a posthumous reputation for being a forward-thinking sexual libertine. However, her open-minded approach to human sexuality also came with many caveats, leaving a complicated portrait of a woman whose sexual orientation many fans still don't quite understand. Join Facts First as we attempt to explore why Katharine Hepburn hated nudity but loved 150 different women. Fans of old Hollywood lore are always curious to learn whatever tidbits they can about Hollywood's most iconic actors and actresses from back in the day. Due to social taboos of the time, many old Hollywood stars had to keep their sexual preferences to themselves. Because of this, rumors have persisted about the sexual orientation of many classic stars, including Katharine Hepburn. Katharine has been dead for nearly 2 decades, having passed away in 2003 at age 96. She lived a long and storied life, and much of that life was filled with secrets that didn't come out until she died. One of them is that she seemed to have preferred the romantic company of women over men. This shocking revelation didn't come as much of a surprise to many of her fans, as rumors had always persisted about the actress due to her numerous idiosyncrasies. Katharine Hepburn was born in Hartford, Connecticut on May 12, 1907. At a young age, she was encouraged by her parents to always say what was on her mind, leading her to have an incredibly voracious appetite for learning about and understanding the world around her. Katharine was a more curious child than many of her peers, which led her to develop quite an intimidating intellect at a young age. It was during her years at Bryn Mawr College that she first fell in love with acting. This passion turned into a habit, and Katharine spent the latter half of the 20s making a name for herself on and off Broadway. These theatrical performances led to her securing the role that was her 1932 screen debut, working with noted homosexual director George Cukor on A Bill of Divorcement. Katharine would go on to work with the acclaimed director again, and the role kick-started a Hollywood career that lasted over half a century. Though she spent the last decade of her career with an emphasis on TV roles, she did have one last big-screen performance with her role in 1994's Love Affair. This role proved a perfect goodbye for the esteemed old Hollywood actress, with critics and audiences noting she had lost none of her flair or charm. Over the course of her career, she was nominated for 12 separate Academy Awards, winning 4. From her early days onward, she became known for playing characters who were headstrong and intelligent. During Catherine's early days on the stage, she would often take on the role of men in the productions she was cast in. In 1933, she followed up her work with George Cukor by working with renowned lesbian director Dorothy Arzner on the film Christopher Strong. Catherine later reunited with Cukor for Sylvia Scarlett, a film that featured a controversial same-sex kiss that Catherine shared with another of the film's actresses. While much was made back in the day of Catherine challenging the status quo in her work, it's been revealed that Catherine mimicked much of these behaviors when the cameras weren't rolling. She was known for idiosyncratic behaviors during the earliest days of her career, but these seem incredibly tame in relation to celebrities nowadays, and speak more about the morals of the time than to Catherine's own issues. Back in the day, she was an early adopter of pants. This may seem bizarre to audiences now, but women wearing pants wasn't always something deemed acceptable. Actresses were typically seen in fancy dresses, and Catherine instead opted for traditional pants. This made her a bit of a trendsetter, but it also caused some mild controversy with audiences. She was also an odd celebrity who made the conscious decision to stay out of the headlines as much as possible. Many celebrities had secrets they wanted to keep out of the public eye, but most would at least consent to interviews. Catherine chose to stay out of the public's eye as much as possible, causing her to turn down interviews and other press events seemingly sporadically. Of course, it has since been revealed that Catherine perhaps had more to hide than other peers. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First for more. Further substantiating the rumors of her sexuality was the fact that she was only married once and for a brief period, and she never had any children during her 96 years. Her first and only husband was Ludlow Ogden Smith. The two were married in 1928 and divorced several years later in 1934. After her divorce, she was said to have been romantically involved with various other partners. In addition to taking part in a relationship with Howard Hughes that became popular fodder for the tabloids, she also became involved in a romantic relationship with Spencer Tracy. That lasted until the actor's 1967 death. Catherine became involved with Spencer Tracy in 1941, and they were apparently together in a romantic capacity for 2 decades. However, revelations since her death have called into question the truth about her and Spencer. Perhaps the two were both homosexuals who had entered into a public relationship to hide in plain sight from the tabloids. Spencer died in 1967, and Catherine survived him for several decades before she died in 1996. Many years after her death, a man named Scotty Bowers came forward with shocking stories about interactions that he had taken part in with both Catherine and Spencer during the days they were together. According to Scotty, he worked as a pimp of sorts who would help set homosexual actors and actresses up with discreet partners. Homosexuality was frowned upon back in the days of old Hollywood, and it was rare to find anyone who was willing to be open about their sexual orientation. Apparently, Scotty not only helped set up Catherine on dates with many women, but he also helped set her supposed romantic partner up on dates with other men. Scotty claims he set both Catherine and Spencer up with hundreds of same-sex partners, with Catherine having been set up on dates with over 150 women. Of course, many have questioned Scotty's stories, given the fact that neither Catherine nor Spencer is alive to defend themselves or verify these accounts. But many have substantiated his stories anecdotally, saying he is a man of repute with true old Hollywood connections. And his allegations make a lot of sense given the many idiosyncratic behaviors of both Catherine and Spencer. The reason Scotty didn't come out with the stories he has earlier is that he was waiting until both parties had passed away. It was his job to keep their secrets discreet while they were alive, but now he feels it's also his duty to allow the general public to know the truth about these two iconic old Hollywood stars. Homosexuality may have been taboo back in the day, but the revelation of Catherine and Spencer's sexual orientations nowadays only makes them that much more endearing. Perhaps Scotty feels that sharing their stories will help bring the world towards a place of greater tolerance. Given that Catherine was said to have preferred the romantic companionship of women, one might think this meant she was completely open-minded when it came to sexuality, but this isn't entirely the case. Catherine apparently had very little interest in sex, having only tried it a couple times. Apparently, she just didn't think the act was for her. She was also said to have been a bit of a prude when it came to nudity. She wasn't open to the idea of nudity in her own roles, but she also frowned upon nudity in general. It was said Catherine would storm out of the theater if she saw a nude woman on the screen. When all is said and done, her sexuality was likely more complicated than anyone will truly understand. Now it's time to hear from you. Comment down below to share what your favorite role from Catherine's career is. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.
Boy, I tell you, Thunder Boy.
Hepburn returns to Hollywood and sets out to startle the rustics. Eccentricities of the new star become the talk of the town. Arrives at studio one day in luxury car and wearing patched dungarees. Later seen driving in battered truck and wearing expensive fur coat over dungarees. Picturegoer Magazine, 1937. From the minute Katharine Hepburn arrived in Hollywood in 1932, she didn't seem very interested in following the rules of stardom.
Let's see what the review is on Beast. That's a new Idris Elba movie.
Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my Beast movie. And if this is your first time finding me, you have to like the video. Please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. All right, guys, we now have this movie Beast right here, starring Idris Elba. I am a big fan of his. Pretty much anything this man puts out, I'm going to go to the theater and see. But when it comes to this movie, when it comes to my expectations, after seeing the trailer, I can't honestly say that I was excited about it. I said it does look interesting. It does look like it's going to be pretty good, but I just wasn't excited about it. Now, this is being directed by Mr. Baltasar Comakor, and he sounds familiar. I don't think he just doesn't stand out to me too much. But when I was looking at his filmography, he does have one film that I'm familiar with. Two Guns right here, Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg. I don't think I remember seeing that, but off the top of my head, I think people said it was good. I just don't remember. Please sound off in the comment section below if you've seen it. But the rest of his filmography is this right here. And so I haven't seen any of these movies right here. And so this man is just not that familiar to me. So again, just let me know in the comment section if you are a fan of this director or not. And before I get to all the nitty gritty, before I discuss my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film is all about. A father and his two teenage daughters find themselves hunted by a massive rogue lion, intent on proving that the savannah has but one apex predator. So there you go. It's a pretty simple premise. Idris Elba, his name is Dr. Nate Samuels, is in the Savannah Desert, and he's trapped with his daughters trying to survive against a savage lion. On the surface, that does sound interesting. And the first thing that I did like about this movie is it is very short. It is only 93 minutes, and that is with the credits. And so even when the credits hit, even when the movie was over, I was like, damn, that went by fast, and you can feel it. The pacing just flies by. This is just an easy watch, so you can just get in, get out, no problems at all. Next thing that I really like about this movie is Idris Elba himself. He's a fantastic actor. Like I said, pretty much everything this man puts out, I'm going to check out in the theater, and this is just another example of that. And this is with his character, Dr. Nate Samuels. He is a doctor, and there are times where he has to come and save the day. And of course, he's going to have all that passion and energy because he's trying to protect his daughter. But at the same time, Idris Elba in all of his past films has so much confidence. He always looks like he's very strong and has so much strength. And he does in this movie too. But what I like about it is his character is completely out of his element and he does not know what to do. I mean, he has to kind of communicate with his daughters like, I don't have the answer. I don't know how we're going to get out of this. Sometimes men have to fake it until you make it like, hey, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay, while they're patting them on the back and all that stuff, while they're really terrified in their head like, oh shit, what the hell are we going to do? He is very vocal with that, with his voice and just his body language, his mannerisms, his actions. He's just like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. And I really like the way they handle his character as far as that's concerned. He's also not the perfect father. He does feel guilty. Some of it's good, some of it is not so good, and I'll talk about that latter half in a second. But for the most part, it is pretty nice. Now, as far as The Lion is concerned, that is very intense. This is a nice action, suspense, adventure, thriller movie, all kind of balled up into one. And this lion is vicious. He is like killing everybody, and I love every moment of it. Kind of reminds me of those shark movies where just it's a shark going around just killing everybody in the water. I mean, this is like Jaws on land, if so to speak, if you kind of want to think of it that way. And they do execute it quite well. Of course, this is CGI, and for the most part, the lion did look real. You know, I was scared, I was terrified. There was a few moments where I was like, oh snap, this lion came out of nowhere, and it's turned people up. Like, really? And what also makes it interesting is there's a shroud of mystery over the lion. Like, okay, why are you doing this? Now, it's not just some big Sixth Sense twist at the end, you know, but there is a reason, and you want to find it out. You do somewhat in the middle of the film. I'm not trying to overhype it for you and make it like that big of a deal, but it did stand out to me. It is something that I noticed. And what makes all of this so much better with The Lion is what they do with the cinematography, what they do with the camera. I love the way it looked, and I love the way the camera panned and followed everyone around. They give you the illusion that majority of this film is shot in one take. It's not. That would be impossible. But that really does raise up the tension when this lion is going around trying to kill everybody. I mean, the camera is following one character, and it's not first person.
The mission of New Haven is to save Earth. The Earthers will kill us all! I don't know who to trust.
Trust me.
Do not buy solar panels. If you live in one of these 11 states of America, it's the worst decision you could make for your home. Did you know that in certain states of America, the U.S. government will now buy the panels for you and make them available for no net cost in case you go solar in the next couple of weeks? It's not a joke. And in these states, 11 of them to be precise, Americans will be able to get a complete solar system from our government at absolutely no net cost. And that way go solar without any investment whatsoever. Sounds pretty crazy, but here's what that's all about. You see, with the goal to encourage as many Americans as possible to go solar, and that way contribute to a cleaner and healthier planet, our government recently released a new special solar stimulus program, something they've secretly been working on for the past couple of months. And they're now literally providing everyone who applies with complete, brand new solar systems for no net cost, including the latest generation of solar panels and a Tesla Powerwall, as well as paying a few $1,000s in tax credits to anyone who accepts that offer and goes solar through this special program in the next couple of weeks. So in case you thought about going solar and you do live in America, do not even think about buying the panels yourself, because through this program, the U.S. government will practically buy them for you. The only catch is, you need to live in one of the 11 states they selected. And the truth is, nobody knows why they made the program available for only 11 states in total. But those who happen to live in some of those 11 states are without a doubt in huge luck, because they will literally get to go solar and start saving thousands of dollars on their electric bills without spending a single dollar in the first place. Isn't that crazy? So, if you want to test your own luck and see if you live in one of these 11 states our government selected for the program, then go ahead and click the button below this video. Enter your zip code so we can see in which state you live and answer a few more questions, which are all a part of the survey our government has provided. And by the end, in just about 60 seconds, you'll know your answer. So, if finally achieving complete energy freedom and saving fortunes on your electric bill by getting a
person viewer is second and third, but with the camera just following some of the characters, some of the actors going around all these corners, and it's not breaking, it's one continuous shot, that does elevate this film to the next level and makes it stand out from a lot of stuff that we've seen in theaters lately. I really did love it, and it's really a reason why you want to go to the movie theater. We also have one of the daughters. Her name is Nora, played by Leah Jeffries. She was smart at times where she needed to be. That's always a plus, so thumbs up there too. And what's fun about this movie is it is a talk to the screen type of movie. It is a yell at the screen like, oh my God, what are you doing? Don't go there. Get the gun, shoot. Watch out. It's one of those. Now, that can be kind of annoying to some people.
Mhm.
Some people love it. Some people embrace it. The screening I went to, everybody was oohing and ahhing and gasping, but there was one gentleman behind me. He was just doing a little bit too much, and it was getting on my nerve, but that is the type of experience that you may get when you go to the theater. And so I don't know. Maybe it just depends on what neighborhood you in or whatever. But this is a scream at the screen movie. And one of the last things I really like about this film is it was unpredictable. I did not know how it was going to end. I did not necessarily know who was going to survive because people did die and it came out of nowhere. And I like that. I like it. Now let's transition to some things that I really didn't care for in the film. Idris Elba's character, Dr. Nate Samuels, has two daughters. He has one named Nora and he has one named Meredith. I did not like Meredith. She got on my nerve. She had somewhat of a decent point of view as far as her trying to express the way she felt about her and her father's relationship. But at the same time, I felt that she was rude. I felt that she was disrespectful. And I felt that she made illogical decisions when certain death is around the corner. When characters do this, it makes it very hard for the audience member like myself to root for them. I'm not necessarily saying that I want them to die, but at the same time, this character is not making it easier on their situation. I like characters that make smart decisions and still meet their demise. That's great writing to me, but hey, that's just my opinion. And last but not least, I do like the whole aspect of Idris Elba versus Lion, man versus beast. And it was cool, but a bit unrealistic. If you ask me, you really have to stretch your imagination to make it make sense. And it was just a little much. I was kind of saying to myself, really? Sure, why not? But those are really my only complaints. I really did enjoy the movie. However, my expectations were very low. I will go ahead and give my rating for this at the very end of the video. But for now, guys, that is just my opinion. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up and help me reach my next milestone of 50,000 subscribers. I am on the road to 50,000 and I am trying to get there by the end of the year. If you do decide to subscribe to my channel, these are some of the things you're going to get. You're going to get movie reviews, spoiler movie reviews, a weekly movie news roundup show, interviews. My latest one was Makai Curtis and Omar Epps with Power Canaan. That's not what it's called. It's Power Book 3, Raising Canaan. I can't even talk. Also covering She-Hulk on Disney Plus. Like I just said, Power Book 3, Raising Canaan Season 2. Rap Shit on HBO Max. P-Valley just wrapped on Stars. I got some shorts, initial reactions, some trailer reactions, and then there's the crew as well. But guys, before we head out of here, if I were to give
This is Just My Opinion
a
channel.
rating out of a 1 out of 10, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Yes.
It's called Just My Opinion Reviews.
But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget, my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.
Oh Lord, what is
The
wrong
Lord
with
Jesus
Brad
is looking for
Pitt?
followers who realize that they are sinners and need a Savior. My hope is that we can motivate you to get serious about the Lord. Come on, man. You really think that we want to read the Bible?
Hello, YouTube family.
I ordered lunch, but it didn't work out.
I'm your auntie of pop culture. We got Curl, we got Scoop, laughs, my faces. You'll be laughing at a couple of stories that I talked about today. And we got Hug. Let's start off with a hug. because you never know who may need a hug. It's time for Curls and Scoop and Marvin Sapp, the gospel sensation. He's looking for a wife. One of the revelations that he has made as he does press for his TV One movie, Marvin never would have made it. He's known for the songs Best in Me, never would have made it. He's had quite an interesting life. He goes into detail about drug abuse, alcohol abuse. He started using drugs at the age of 12. His parents divorced. His wife saved him because he went through years of drug and alcohol abuse. And he says that the guys that he used to get high with, they're either dead or in jail. He said one person is still strung out on crack, but he really goes into detail how weak he was and very rebellious. He talks about his wife. She died 12 years ago from stage 4 colon cancer. They had 3 kids. During the press, Marvin Sapp talks about wanting to date again. He's ready to be married because Pastor Sapp says, I'm a better man when I'm married. Pastor, these women out here are a little different, so you better be careful. I remember a couple of years ago, they had him linked to one of the housewives. She wasn't one of the big name ones, but she had a big booty. She had a great body, and people were losing their minds. Pastor, I'm sure these women are lining up to be your wife, but be careful because, like I said, it's a little different out here. They're doing different things. But Pastor Sapp, you be careful. We're cheering you on. Go be watching your TV One movie this Sunday night at 9. But Marvin Sapp says he's ready today. Nene Leakes has gone public with her latest round of plastic surgery.
Can you see it? No.
She recently got lipo and a BBL, which is a Brazilian butt lift. Nene is the new ambassador for a reconstruction surgery center, which means she got it done for free. So y'all can pay for it if you want to be like her. She called it a mini Brazilian butt lifts. It's a real popular form of plastic surgery.
These are leftovers with
but they don't think about the
broccoli and
effects.
cheese.
Okay, you get the money and you get the BBL. You don't have the money for the recovery. You don't have the money for the things that you have to do, the daily massages and just things like that. Because think about it. You get this done. You can't sit on your butt for a minute. You can't. And you must. You must heal. No one ever talks about when they get older. And everything just goes. But Nene Leakes may not be on a
I got Texas sausage and my hot rice. And then I just made the broccoli and cheese.
R. Kelly's girlfriend. You must tell her the truth. Jocelyn had IVF before R. Kelly. They arrested him and all stuff because he didn't get out for a while. She froze her eggs.
I'm letting everything cool down.
She said
it's hot.
I guess she'd been trying to get pregnant. She couldn't, but she saved her eggs. They got IVF. They're saying she's 5 months pregnant. R. Kelly has new lawyers, and they wanted to shut up. They told her don't talk about this. It's not the time. They even said she should get an abortion.
It's wanting me to take a break.
Jocelyn.
Should I take a break? Yep. We'll take a break. It's just frozen.
Kanye West is selling his new line of Yeezy clothing.
Okay.
But he sells
and
them
then
in
I'm
trash
gonna go
bags.
here.
And he says he's not apologizing for doing that. Would you, even if you really like the line, would you want to sort through trash bags to find what you want to buy?
So I'm going to take a break and eat. And I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for hanging out with me. Okay, bye.
The new queen of Christmas. You see, Mariah Carey, with the 1991 hit